Reading out of 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 4, and it reads, "Then shalt thou will understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and the end is made manifest. Even so slack at the time also the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Power of Israel, Yahweh, Bashima Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the mighty men, the elders, and the apostles in the community, waking up the lost sheep, the house of Israel in these last days. Peace and blessings to everyone doing this truth and humbleness, sincerity. Getting them on say Shalom. It'll be a short one. This is as y'all can see, this is Spring Valley Camp, and it's been an ongoing struggle. Brothers not showing up. I do get a few brothers here and there, but consistency. But I do my best. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't force this on nobody. It's either they want it or they don't, right? But to the point, if you guys check the global news, there was breaking news in Russia. There was a group, the Wagner group, right? The Wagner group. I guess they tried to stage a coup. At the moment, the most recent headlines is revealing now there's just a complete halt. And we all know you can't rule out the Mossad and the CIA that's in the midst of these militant groups, chiefly going into this Wagner group, right? Because at some point, that thing's just going to go forward. Whatever that was, it's not ending with a little halt or an agreement, right? To all of a sudden just freeze this coup that was, from what it looked like. It looked like some type of coup that was about to play out all of a sudden. It's frozen at the moment. But, for the Israelites and the knowledge of this truth, as I say, y'all have to keep these commandments, because a great judgment is going to play out. And it's very urgent, okay, in the times we live, to keep these commandments. Let's read, let's stay in the book of 2nd Ezra. And I don't like doing these, I'm not big on showing myself. I mean, they know who I am, but it's a little different, all right? Don't like showing my mug before this screen, but it's doing a little something different for once. Let's get 2nd Ezra 9 and verse. We're going to read verse 7. We're going to continue on. It says, "And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby you have believed." Okay? Because you have to believe, right? You have to believe in these latter days while we watching the Most High continue this build-up, right? And it's a hell of a build-up. But this thing that went down in Moscow with this Wagner group is big time, because that could have triggered the nukes, right? That's how I always give the warning. Okay, I always give that warning about that sudden destruction, and that's been a big teaching as of late coming out of the Israelite community. This destruction is going to play out. Got to keep that in mind, because at some point the Most High going to have that whole thing just play out. Let's get 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. These are the days we live in. right? You have to keep these commandments, Israel, no matter what, while this thing wind down, right? Let's get the 15th chapter, 2nd Esdras. Let's go straight to the classic. We're gonna start at verse 9. 2nd Esdras 15:9, it reads, "And therefore said the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt." That's not talking about ancient Egypt. That's talking about America, where white supremacy enslaved indigenous people, and now they're being judged as a nation of people, right? You know, roughly paraphrasing, it's Sodom and Egypt. When you go into the latter end of the book, America is also referred to as Sodom and Egypt. Verse 11 reads, "I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." And that's going into the nuclear destruction, right? But read on. "Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that God shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hell and with fearful constellation." That's just going into that mighty wind. These days are close. These days are close. So you have to keep these commandments. That was a big deal with this Wagner group, how it went viral so quickly. Say we don't know how long there's going to be a halt to that condition. So I'm thinking flag gonna flip that switch and ring in Exodus, not Slakia, not Exodus, Ezekiel the 20th chapter, right? Let's read on. Verse 14, 2nd Esdras 15:14, it reads, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw it nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and sword in their hands." That's going into like sedition of men, nation against nation. Okay, that's a link up with that Isaiah 13. When you read 13, 14, 15. Somewhere around there, where all the people go back to the regular lot. Okay, and I've done this in many of my lessons. You know, slave descendants have a lot. The lot is the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Okay, so you have to know who you are. You can't be. How you gonna be black? Well, my shirt's black. My headband's black. My beard's black. You can't be black. Your skin's brown. That's common sense, but America has damn near destroyed God's children. You should read, right? Zechariah 13:8. Are 2 parts of our people, because they refuse to repent, they're going to be destroyed. We're going to get the point. 2nd Esdras 15 and verse... verse 42. It reads, "And they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains, hills, trees of the wood, and grass of the meadows, and their corn. And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon and make her afraid." Because ultimately, these nuclear missiles, they going, you know, that Isaiah 43:1-2 going to play out. Zechariah 13:9 is going to play out. Okay, and back to the wilderness, right? So that's all I really have for now. Hoping some of the members show up. It's, as y'all can see, this is the Spring Valley train station. I have my little camp set up, as I've been saying. You say, oh, that brother Yawsab, he talked about he got a camp. Actually, I set up a camp every week, every weekend, every Friday. Slacking, not Friday, but I do camp. It's from like 3:30 to sundown. At sundown, camp's over. But with that, you give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Power of Israel, Yahweh, Ba'ashima Mashak Yahushai. Double honor to the mighty men, the elders, and the apostles in the community, waking up the lost sheep of the house of Israel in these last days. Peace and blessings to everyone doing this truth and humbleness and sincerity. Israel, I love y'all. We got next. Shalom.